Hello and welcome to today's video. So it's week 4, day 3. So just starting off with my ball jump now, and as always, just starting nice, light and easy, and then just gradually working it up. Last week I think I went up to 73 inches. So yeah, just working on beating that today. So I failed the deadlift the other day, but other than that, the workout went great. I'm still feeling a little bit off at the moment, but I've just got to get through Sunday, which is day 4, which is going to be a heavy leg day, and then week 5, the first 2 days are going to be something of a little deload anyway. I'm going to be using I'm going to be using less weight. So hopefully that'll help me to pull back a little bit of recovery. So now on the axle bar clean and push press. So just 4 warm-ups. This is the second one at 80 kilos or 176 pounds. Third warm-up at 95 kilos or 209 pounds. So today I've now dropped to 10 minutes. So week 1 I did EMOMs at 20 minutes, which is every minute on the minute reps. Week 2 was 15 minutes. Last week was 12 minutes, and now I've reduced to 10 minutes. So this is the 4th and final warm-up at 105. I've now put the belt on for this last warm-up. Right, here we are, EMOM sets. As always, rest times we edited out, so the video doesn't wind up being too long. So last week, did 107.5 kilos, 1 rep every minute on the minute for 12 minutes. I've now increased by 5 kilos to 112.5 kilos or 248 pounds. So that's getting on for almost 18 stone in old money. So set number 2, and yeah, these actually didn't feel too bad actually. The only thing is my wrist is really hurting now. So next week I'll be doing the same again, 1 rep every minute on the minute for 10 minutes, but it will still be 10 minutes, but with slightly more weight. So I'll probably go up to 115 kilos next week, but I might start using the wrist wraps. Sometimes Axel does aggravate my wrists a little bit. It was alright for the first 3 weeks, but I did feel my my left wrist a little bit today. So I don't like wearing wrist wraps for a full 10 minutes, and it's a bit annoying to keep taking them on and off all the time. And as this is an off-season block, I try not to use too much equipment where I don't have to. I really want to use the elbow sleeves and wrist wraps only for when I really need it, for when I'm doing a peak and when the weight is really, really heavy. So yeah, this was actually quite a comfortable 10 minutes actually. This wasn't too bad. Today was actually a good workout actually, to be honest. So gives me a bit more confidence now, especially on the overhead. So set number 7 at 112, and yeah, I have to say all 10 sets moved really well actually. I'm really starting to find my groove on these now. I really can't wait to see how far I can push these. So I'm really starting to find the technique here. It's just a balance really, but I find that if I make sure that if I have the axle bar on my chest, it holds it in place and it helps me find that weightless wrap position. I really love EMOMs. It's a nice way to get lots of singles in a short amount of time. So set number 10, and I was really I could have had this for 12 or 15 minutes. I believe it did feel that comfortable, but I want to save myself for next week because we'll stay at 10 minutes but more weight. So since that felt so good, I thought, you know what, I'm going to add 5 kilos. So now 117.5 kilos or 259 pounds for set number 11. This is now 18.5 stone, and this felt good as well. No problemo. All good. So I thought, okay, we'll go higher. add another 5 kilos. Since I've been doing this training block, the highest I've gone up to is 120. So here we are, 122.5 kilos or 270 pounds. That's just over 19 stone. 90% of 300. And yeah, this actually felt all right as well. There we are. It's just that balance I need to work on, but the strength is definitely there. Absolutely felt good knowing that I could do 270 pounds axle in a fatigue state after doing 11 previous sets plus then 4 warm-ups. One of my goals is to axle press over the head at least 300 pounds. I was contemplating going higher, but I was content with that. I didn't want to get too greedy, so yeah, all good. Moving on now to close grip board press. Been looking forward to doing these. This is the final week of 12 10s and 8s, and then next week I'll be reducing the weight. I'll be reducing the reps. So 80 kilos for 12, 100 kilos for 10, and this was easy. These first 2 sets were quite easy. 3 minutes rest in between sets. Notice as well I paused on the last rep. I always like to do a little pause on the last rep, just like Eddie Hall. Although he pauses every rep. I don't. If I was doing between 3 to 5 reps, I'd do that. But for high reps, more than 8, I don't like pausing every rep. Besides, this is more for triceps really. That's why I've got the board there and why I use a close grip. I'm trying to make this more of like a tricep focused thing. So 120 kilos or 265 pounds for 8 reps. This was a little bit harder, but yeah, I think I could have gone higher here if I needed to. It's very rare that I actually do a regular bench press. Obviously, when I do strongman, bench is more of an assistance really. It's more of an afterthought really. Obviously, if I was doing powerlifting, bench press would be a priority. But for strongman, it's not always a priority. There's not really too many strongmen that do bench and all. Eddie Hall is probably the exception to that rule. I mean, there are some others, but then I know lots of other strongmen that don't bench at all, or only do variations of it like what I do, i.e. with a board, with a close grip, with an incline. Because especially I like doing it with a board with an incline because it really does simulate the log press. But it also helps save the shoulders as well. That's why I like that board. Okay, so moving on now to axle presses behind the neck. This is the third and final set. First was 60, second was 70, and now 77.5 kilos for 5. And yeah, this was tough, and I can definitely feel my upper back after doing this because of obviously the lack of back support. But yeah, I'm definitely getting stronger on them. That's the highest I've gone so far. Not bad considering that I started at about 40 or 50 kilos. I'm hoping to get at least 80 kilos on that before the end of this block. And then IY 2 raises for shoulder stab. 3 sets of 6. First set was 5 kilos, and then sets 2 and 3 was just 7.5 kilos. I kept the weight the same. I just didn't really feel up to these, and I just thought there's no point in increasing the weight for no reason. You don't really need a lot of load on these anyway. That's not to say I won't try to, but I just didn't feel like doing it this time. But there we are. And this was really good. I was pleased with this as well. Swiss bar extensions behind the neck, standing with a close grip on the Swiss bar, also known as the football bar. So as this is week number 4, I've now dropped to 6s and increased the weight. 29.5 kilos for the first set, second set 13.5, and now for this third and final set, 49.5 kilos, 109 pounds. This is the highest that I've gone on these so far. Next week I will be dropping the weight and increasing the reps again, but hopefully by week 8 I'll be able to beat this weight and hopefully get into the 50 kilo area somewhere. These are really tough, but I managed to get that 6. Not sure if I could have got 7. I probably could have done, but it would have been a struggle. I don't think 8 was there, but plan was 6. I got 6, but like I say, with the stress on the triceps, it literally is just adding small amounts of weight every week. It's not something where I can add 10 or 5 or 10 kilos every week. Okay, finishing off now with the Concept 2 weigh machine. Right, okay, so I only filmed 1 set, but I did 4 sets. And last week the goal was to do 4 sets of 500 metres all in under 1 minute 55. This week the goal is to do 4 sets of 500 metres, but do them all in under 1 minute and 50 seconds, and I just managed to do that. And it was tough. And also with the 4 sets of 500 metres, I only get 1 minute's rest in between, and this is a very tough workout. So you can see this is the end of the first set, 500 metres, and it took me 1 minute and 46 seconds. I only filmed that first set, but as you can see here on the second set, I did it in 1 minute 47. The third set was 1 minute 48, and the fourth set was 1 minute 48. So this week I was successful, and I did manage to do all 4 sets of 500 metres in under 1 minute 50. I've got to say that it was really tough. The first 2 weren't too bad, but by sets 3 and 4 I was really struggling. And to be honest, when I got to that 4th set, I really wasn't sure if I was going to make it or not, but I just tried to breathe and just tried to push my way through, and by some miracle I managed to do it. Now, to increase on that, next week I want to come back and see if I can do all 4 in 1 minute 45 or less. That is going to be really, really, really difficult. I'm going to struggle like mad, and to be honest, I'm not sure if I'm even going to be able to do it. I think I can do 1, maybe 2 in 1 minute 45. With the 500 metre rowing, my best time is 1 minute 30, but I just did that and that was it. But to do 1 minute 45, to do 4 sets of that with a minute's rest is going to be extremely tough, if not impossible. I will try it. I will come back next week and try it and see how I get on with that, and then possibly the week after that I'll test my 2k time again and see if I can beat my 7 minutes 57. But yeah, Concept 2 weigh machine is really good, especially for a heavyweight strongman like me. I'm 144 kilos body weight, and I don't like to run because it just messes up my knees and my back. Concept 2 weigh machine is really good for conditioning for really big guys because it's low impact and it's less stress on the joint. So I really do recommend the Concept 2 rowing machine for fitness and conditioning for strongman. World's Strongest Man 2001 Sven Carlson swore by it, and he could do 500 metres in 1 minute 18, which was really exceptional. And yeah, he would do like 3 sets of 500 metres as part of his warm-up routine. As part of his conditioning routine. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you want to follow in my training and see exactly how I train, it's all on here. I normally post 3 to 4 times a week, and I try to cover in depth as much as I can, so that hopefully you can follow these videos and see how I train and maybe pick up some bits for yourself. Okay, so that's it now. The next training session is going to be legs. So front squats, leg press, leg curls, all that going, and that will be on Sunday. So join me then.